What's up guys, Yu here, and today I want to talk about the new Snowflowers. So the Snowflowers have recently been announced, today actually, and they're looking insanely strong. Now I know this is a popular opinion apparently, because a lot of people are saying the Snowflowers are bad, but people saying that are absolutely wrong. They're insane, and I'll tell you why. Also, from what I've seen so far, they're probably my favorite archetype of this year already. I really like them. So let's start talking about the general archetype. The archetype in general is water plants with an exceed gimmick, or well, they look to exceed summon. That's what they plan to do. And their main gimmick is triggering on tributes. Now, this does sound gimmicky in theory, but then you realize all the good plant cards just basically tribute themselves anyway. Think of stuff like Evil Tone, the Aroma Seraphy, Link, that kind of stuff. Like, all the good plant support literally tributes itself, so it's not an issue. Anyways, the first off we got Snowflower Beetle. This is a level 1, with 0 attack, 0 defense. During your main phase you can take one Snowflower monster from your deck, except itself, and either add to your hand or send to the grave. Which sounds good. However, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except plant monsters. Now, the first effect kills this card, kinda. The second effect still is noteworthy. During your opponent's end phase, if you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are plants, and discarded in your graveyard, you can special summon it. So, this reminds me of Treebone Frog, without the you cannot control spell or trap cards restriction. So, theoretically, you could probably make a Monarch build including this, some way or another. But in general, I don't think this card is very good. Next off we have Snowflower Sprite Prim, level 4 water. Bahamut Shark potential with instant fusion maybe? Who knows. If a monster you control is tributed, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can and second effect is you can target up to 2 plant monsters you control, including itself. Increase the levels by 2 until the end phase of this turn, so that effect's brilliant. Like, it might not sound like much, but they have their own rota, which I will cover later on. But what this basically means is that once you tribute something, you can just summon this, instantly make it level 6. Level 6 opens a lot of doors actually, it's a very interesting level. First off you got Beatrice, the Lady of the Eternal, which has shown some shenanigans before. Second of all, Zolkin. I think Snowflowers are a really good Zolkin engine and I need to test it out myself. But I think a consistent board of doubled Zolkin shouldn't be too hard with Snowflowers. It's one of the ways they can shine. Plus it's a level 4 water, meaning that if you use Cross Sheep and use Instant Fusion, you can easily make a free totally awesome. So I think Snowflower Sprite Prim will be a card to watch. It's very strong. Snowfire Sprite Cyclone is barely worth mentioning. You can tribute it from your hand or field to target up to plant monsters you control, decrease levels by 2. Which is kinda odd, as so far their only X-Select monsters exceed that's level 8. Sorry, rank 8. So I'm wondering if we get more cards in the future. I've seen some rumors about an additional exceed probably being rank 6. Which I would love to see, as currently the first effect is mediocre. Second effect is during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was tributed and sent there this turn, you can special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Now, this effect, not good. I mean, it banishes itself and it's in the end phase, which is way too slow. Now, the whole thing with Beetle was different because it can potentially be used as tribute for certain decks. Cyclone, however, I don't see much hope for this card. Next up, we have Snowflower Sprite Peony. You can tribute one plant monster, special summon this card from your hand. Okay. If this card is normal summoned or special summoned by plant monster's effect, which obviously includes its own, you can add one Snowflower spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Once again, they have the reinforcements of the army for their own archetype. Huh. So this is a really good one. It's level 6, so once again, previous Zolkin shenanigans will be possible. And it searches kind of like a rota on summon. It only thing that holds it back is that it specifically needs to tribute a plant. I think it will be fine. I definitely see some potentials in the card so far. So next we have Snowflower Sprite Erica. When an attack is declared involving another one of your plant monsters, you can tribute this card from your hand or field. Your battling monster gains start attack and defense until the end of this turn. Cool effect, fun for a pure variant, not very useful. Second effect is what makes this card, in my opinion, quite busted. If a plant monster you control is tributed while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense position, but then banish it if it leaves the field. So basically it's another body from the graveyard, so once again, Beatrice. Again, send this. And then you can just easily summon this again and do a lot of combos. For example, if this is in your graveyard and you have Lone Fire Blossom, you can tribute Lone Fire Blossom, summon Copy Plant from the deck, trigger this card's effect, use Copy Plant on Erica, and boom, you now have access to Tzolk'in. For example. Probably other options you can try, but that's one I can take off already. Then there's of course still Crossroads Dragon. Oh, did I mention it? White Rose Dragon, when it's used for synchro material, can actually send a level 4 or higher plant monster from your deck to your graveyard. Now, this was an issue in the past because there were no high level plant monsters that were good in the graveyard. Look what we have here. A card to break the Rose Dragons, finally. As a few people recommended Rose Dragons to me, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna try them because Rose Dragons don't really have a good target to send. But you look at this. So, the next one is Snowflower Sprite Snowdrop. You can tribute one plant monster, special summon, discard and one other plant monster from your hand. Sounds very good. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except plant monsters. They just had to ruin it at the end. But who knows, with future support this could be a relevant card, but once again I don't like it, you know, blocking you off from stuff. Then again, it's for the rest of the turn, so maybe there's potential if you can somehow easily search it. I mean, they have their own Rota, so who knows. And the other effect is you can target one plant monster you control. Level of all plant monsters you control become the target level until the end of this turn. So it's effects like these that make me think, like, what can I do with this deck? I mean, obviously Sylvans already exist and they would probably like having access to these cards. I mean, yeah. Next up we have Snowflower Sprite Herbivorous. When your opponent activates a monster effect, target a monster you control. If you control a Snowflower monster, quick effect. You can tribute this card from your hand to field and negate that effect. So this blocks, for example, hand traps. If this card is in your graveyard, you can tribute one plant monster, special summon this card in defense, but banish it if it leaves the field. So, I don't know about this card. I mean, it obviously summons itself from the grave, which could be good, and a tribute, so that's also good. But, yeah. It's level 8, that's kinda tricky. I mean, there are definitely some uses. I mean, Hope Harbinger is good, Dingirsu is good, but you know. Yeah. One thing so far I would have liked is if they were able to freely manipulate the level a bit more, so we could run them with, what's it called again? World Legacy Brutality, I believe. Anyways, Stunning Snowflower, next one. It's a normal spell. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You can also activate this card by tributing one plant monster. Add one Snowflower monster from your deck to your hand. Then, if you activate this card by tributing a monster, add one plant monster from your deck to your hand. A different name from the first monster, but the same original level. So, realistically speaking, you will only use the first effect, which searches any monster in the deck, which is always gonna be good. Like, I can't imagine that ever being bad. Next up we have Swirling Snowflowers. If a Snowflower monster you control is tributed, can you make your opponent tribute one monster you control, which sounds really good. Then you look at the other effect. Once per turn, during your opponent's end phase, if you control a face-up non-plant monster, destroy this card. Like, if only it didn't contain the last effect, it would be useful, but they just had to include it. Next up is Silent Snowflower. It's a normal trap, which honestly already inherently sucks in 2020. I mean, traps, am I right? Can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You can also tribute one plant, same stuff. Special summon one Snowflower monster from your graveyard in defense. Okay. Then if you tribute the monster, you can special summon one plant monster from your graveyard in defense. Like, if this was a spell, nice. But it's a trap, too slow, so it's useless. Snowflower Sheet. So same conditions. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its effect cannot be activated on the field for the rest of this turn. Then if you tribute the monster to activate its effect, take control of that monster until the end phase. And if you do, it becomes a plant. Yeah, I get it, they're trying to be cute here, but no, this is not good. But anyways, so from what we've learned so far is that there are a lot of good cards within the Archetype. We just need to find out what it combines the best with. I don't think they're a deck on their own, I think they're more of an engine. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this style of video. I don't do it often. See you guys next time. Star Studio signing out.